Hi everyone. I need to give myself a round of applause. I am live. This is my first TikTok live ever. Oh, okay. So this is how it feels to be on this side of the screen. I find myself hopping into relatable lives once I see them pop up on my FYP, and I just go into them, and as long as it relates to me, it adds value to me. Trust me, I'm there all the way. Sometimes I will not comment, sometimes I will not say nothing, but I'm listening. And then if I do know that I need to engage, I engage a lot. So it's a good thing to be on this side of um the screen. Yeah, and I'm really, really excited. It's my first live, like I said. Hi, just in case you're bumping into me, my name is Winnie Ebrunobi. You can call me Winner Freak. I will give details on why I chose that username later on in in this journey. Yes, so I am a newbie to content creation rather. That's what I would say. Officially, I decided to take content creation seriously because I know that there is so much that I have to share, there is so much that I have to give, and I can only do that when I, show my face, when I need up. Just a moment while I pin today's book that we would be reviewing. So, unfortunately, I am not able to go live on Instagram. For some reason, my laptop is not allowing me go live, and I just have one phone. I'm not able to go live on two platforms with one phone. So for today, I'll have to just do TikTok and apologize to Instagram and probably go live another day. Not able to pin for some reason, but I will just make do with what I have, and along the line, I'll get to learn how to pin topics because I will be going live almost every now and then. So I will still need to get used to this. Okie dokie, I'm back like I never left. I have my mom here with me and she wanted to join, so I had to help set her TikTok up so she could join me. Okay, okay. There's only so much you can know when you actually go. You can't just wing it until you're actually live. So yeah, okay. I'll just get used to it more and more and more and more as I go on. But yeah, good to be back. If you're just joining my live, it is my first TikTok live, so good to meet you. I am Winnie Ebrunobi. You can call me Winner Freak. I'm going to give more details on why I chose that username, okay? But my name is Winnie, and welcome back to my live. I took a pause and I'm just back. I am here to review this wonderful book. It's called Positivity, Confidence, Resilience, Motivation by Paul McKenna. Very solid book, very lovely book. And I'm just here to review this book. Uh, just in case you are somebody that is stuck or feeling overwhelmed and you need a book recommendation that you should go for and you should read that would, expand your mind and broaden your horizons, give you the motivation that you need, give you that boost. This is the book to go to. Yes. So I'm going to be reading out of some notes that I jotted down while I was reading. I've been used to a lot of markings. It's really not good. All my books, I'd always have marks. It's really not good, and I had to stop it because I might need to give the book out. I have people that like to take books from me. I might need to give the book out, and I really don't want them. I don't want to enforce my thoughts. I don't want to enforce my thoughts on anybody that would take my book. So that's why I needed to start doing more of digital note taking and also hard copy note taking. Yes, I am old school that way. I read a lot of digital books, a lot of digital materials, audiobooks, and the rest of them, but I still love to have my hand on a hard copy. I don't know, there's the way it feels. I really just love to hold a book in my hand. Yes. And reason why I had this bad habit of, always marking it, always taking out points that that relates to me. So if you see me looking this way, I'm reading out from some of the notes that I've scribbled down, just so I maintain my flow of thoughts and I'm not lost or babbling or yapping, anywhere in this life. Yeah. So today we're going to dive into this awesome book. By the way, a two-in-one is what I'll call it. Later on, you understand why I call this book a two-in-one. Yeah, it's a wholesome book. I'm big on mental health for entrepreneurs. I'm big on mental health for business owners, founders, and mental health is a holistic experience, most likely combined with coaching, therapy, well-being, and mindset transformation. And most of the time, there are lots of practices and lots of things that you need to do to achieve a wholesome mental state. Okay, so this book is a two-in-one. It helps you achieve both of them. So it's like having a therapist right in your ears while you're reading his material. Yes, that's what I would say. So we're going to dive into this book. It's all about unlocking your best self, positivity, confidence, resilience, and motivation. If you've ever been feeling stuck, like I said earlier on, if you've been overwhelmed or you just need a little boost in your mindset, this book is for you. Okay. So Paul McKenna is a worldwide best-selling author. Okay, and he's a hypnotist who specializes in personal change and self-development. Okay, so in this book, he tackles three core areas: confidence, resilience, motivation. All right, and I would be bending down a lot. There's a lot of things that I've marked down. I would be bending down a lot, so please bear with me. Okay, now in the beginning of the book, he talks about the power of suggestions. It was actually my first time hearing that particular perspective on how suggestions are powerful systems that can make or mar or direct the trajectory of one's life. He mentions how suggestions are things that have been inculcated knowingly and unknowingly into us as beings right from when we are growing up, like from our tender age. So the fact that my name is Winnie, my parents named me Winnie. I grew up to know that my name is Winnie. I had no say or any contribution on why that name would be given to me or if I wanted to choose another name. It was suggested to me continuously and it just sat in my subconscious. And I grew up to knowing that my name is Winnie. And if you ask me what is my name is Winnie. So Paul McKenna is saying that the fact that there are positive suggestions that can be imbibed in a human being, there can be negative suggestions as well. He's also of the opinion that these suggestions can be changed. These suggestions, he says, would stay in the life of a child. If you're a parent here watching me or listening to me, it will stay in the life of a child till the child is 7 years old. And that forms the habits, that forms what the child knows, the environment the child grew up in, and everything that the child knows. But from 7 years and above, the child gets to learn, unlearn, relearn most of the things that was suggested to him or her when he or she was a baby. So now that's what the book is about. It's about mindset retransformation, like rewiring your mind. It's like you using positivity and positive suggestions to outweigh any negative suggestions that has been said to you or that you've grown up to, just to believe. Okay. So I won't babble much. Let me keep looking at my notes. If you'll allow me, I will talk for 2 hours. Okay, so like I well wrote down here, it tackles three powerful areas, like I said. One is confidence, one is resilience, and the other one is motivation. Okay, I really want to read out of this part just to reiterate what I spoke about for suggestions. Here it says that suggestions can be positive or negative, and they are operating out of what you have learned earlier in life, but also the suggestions that we give to ourselves on a daily basis matter. And I wouldn't, agree less than what he's just said, because we all know the power that is in our mouth, that is in our tongue. I'm Christian, so if you hear me speaking down that line, yes, I would always do that. So there's power in our tongue, there's power in our speech, the way we talk, the words that come out of our mouths are powerful, they are life, and they form. And I would agree with what he's just said here, that the suggestions we give to ourselves on a daily basis, minus the ones that have been said to us in the past by our parents or our guardians or our loved ones, what are we saying or about ourselves? What are we telling ourselves on a daily basis? It is key, and it is very, 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 very crucial that we say positive things to ourselves on a daily basis. Okay, so confidence would be breaking free from self-doubt. That's what the book is going to help you to do. If you are somebody that is doubting yourself, you sabotage yourself, you are your self-critic, you are your biggest critic. I can understand, because sometimes I am to myself. It would help you build confidence. Okay, we are not born confident. Nobody is born confident. We all tend to adapt. We all tend to learn. In fact, in the book, he has techniques that would help you learn confidence. So he is letting you know that nobody was born confident. Everybody had to learn it at some point. So there's a part of the book that says that you learn confidence by looking at role models, people that you love and you look up to and you want to be like them. You can learn confidence from them. Yes, that's what the book says and teaches. You might see that version of you, either as a woman or as a man, or that dream founder or entrepreneur that you wish to be in the future in the life of somebody already. Okay. And then you see the way the person shows up, the way the person speaks, the way the person carries him or herself, the way the person presents himself. While you are trying to build confidence along the line, you can tap into that person's confidence. You see the person and you only just model your life, model yourself to that person. So he talks about the fact that you can actually, model your life to gain confidence. Okay. Also, on confidence, there was this thing that I have to write down. Just a second. Let me get it up. 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 Because it really hits home. Yeah. He talks, oh yeah, I found it. So he's saying here that there's a gradual confidence booster, like step by step processes that he's given in the book to help whoever it is that's struggling with confidence gain confidence. Okay, so he wants you to imagine a slightly more confident you sitting or standing in front of you. I said he was a hypnotist. So as much as he's coaching you, he's wanting you to manifest things with your mind. He's wanting you to imagine positive things, because what we imagine as well is our future. So he wants you to imagine a slightly more confident me, for example, a slightly more confident Winnie. Who is that woman that is slightly more confident than I am? If I'm sitting in front of her, or she's sitting in front of me rather, I need to imagine stepping into her shoes. I need to imagine stepping into that person that I see that I want to be like. Okay, I have to see through her eyes, I have to hear through her ears, I have to feel the feelings to be more confident. Okay, and what you notice is that right in front of you, it'll be a more confident you, just because you are looking at somebody that is a little bit taller, a little bit more confident, a little bit higher than what it is that you see about yourself. So he wants you to do that. When you're done with that step, he wants you to take it another step forward by, imagining a much more confident self. So it's step by step series on how you can boost confidence. I believe strongly that anybody that's struggling with confidence that would read this book would end up, gaining lots of confidence. Okay. So it says here that yeah, this part was really, really good that hits me. It says a lot of people think that being confident means doing something like speaking in public in front of a massive auditorium, or making huge business decisions. Whereas the confidence people experience in everyday life can be something as simple as shopping in the supermarket. Okay, there is no worry present, just a decisive, simple, effortless, determined act of picking out the right items that you want. Okay, and that is a form of confidence. What he's saying here, like this is my first TikTok live. I barely have anybody here, but I'm speaking like I'm speaking to an entire auditorium. That's confidence. He's saying as well that you don't need to wait till when you've got that big audience. You don't need to wait till when you're speaking to thousands and thousands of people. The daily things that we do in our lives takes confidence. I must agree. The fact that you wake up, you have your to-do list, you smash those goals. It takes confidence to actually do little simple tasks that you might look at as insignificant. It takes a whole lot of confidence to wake up and take charge of your day. Wake up and actually do the things that would make your day, productive. That takes confidence, and that's what he's trying to say here. Okay, so it says here as well that some people would say that it's difficult to imagine themselves as more confident. Remember the steps in imagining somebody that is more confident than you are. So he's saying here that people might complain that it's a bit difficult to imagine themselves as more confident, in which case you just simply need to borrow the confidence of others, like I rightly said. Okay, human beings will naturally learn, and one of the reasons human beings find it relatively easy to learn is, for example, you're trying to drive a car. You have never driven a car before. Hi, Salina. Thank you for joining the live. You have never driven a car before, uh, but then you sit behind the driver of any car, and while you're in that car, the person is driving, you're watching, and you are drawing confidence out from that driver, and you're telling yourself, I can drive. I'm seeing somebody drive me around. I definitely can drive. Okay. So that's what borrowing confidence from a role model or from somebody that you look up to feels like. So that's one key part of this book, confidence. Next one that is my favorite is resilience. Okay. Now, resilience simply means bouncing back stronger when life hits you. I could speak 10 hours on resilience. Um, there is no gainsaying the fact that resilience is an actual skill. It's an actual life skill, life-saving skill for any individual, for every individual, regardless of who you are, regardless of whether life has been hard on you or good to you. We all face challenges. And as entrepreneurs who are my key focus in everything that I do, there are loads and loads of setbacks in entrepreneurship as a founder. The fact that you've started anything, the fact that you've created anything, there are challenges that we face on a daily basis, setbacks. But then the book will teach you resilience. And the resilient ones are the ones that win eventually. Life will throw hurdles at you, but you just need to pick yourself back up and go again. Like you just need to. There's this line that stuck out to me. I have to read this line. I have to read this line. When I read the line, I was like, yes, 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 yes. You are talking to me. You are speaking to me, because that's just what it says. It says, what you've thought as your limitation are just a story you tell yourself. You can change the story in any moment. Because most people will say things like, oh, I think this is just a pattern. I think I was born this way. They would say things like, oh, they would always fail. They would always do this. They'll always do that. However, you need to let go of those negative stories and those negative suggestions, rebuttal suggestions that you usually say to yourself. Okay, resilience is a skill. It's a life skill. I think it should be taught in the universities, honestly, as models, because you need to have it. Life is not a smooth journey. We already know that. Most of us are adults on this life, and we have experienced things like this. Okay. So in resilience, you are trying to take control or take back control of your life. I know it's really hard to pick yourself back up when you're down. Um, when it's time for you to rebrand, re-strategize, come back. You know, when you hear people say things like, "Oh, I had a comeback in so year." It wasn't just picking themselves up just like that. They had to take charge of their life, take control of your life. So the author here gave us some exercises. It's called the ABC list exercise for people that feel overwhelmed when you're coming back, when you've had a setback and you're coming back on. Thanks. Hi, Rosie. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. Once you're coming back on, it's hard for you to, um, you know, execute things when you come back on. So the ABC list is just a technique whereby you list out everything you have to do in a day, everything that you have to do to come back. And then you categorize it by A, B, C. Okay. And A would be assigned to things that are urgent and have serious consequences if you do not do them. B will be given to things that are important but can wait. And C will be given to every other thing else. So every morning you have to assess, you'd have to adjust your list and concentrate on getting a list done as soon as possible. So this is just a quick tip for anybody that is wanting to come back after any setback in life. Okay. So let me continue with my notes that I've written down. I'll just jump right on to the key lessons and take away. I'm a bit fast because I really just want to spend 1 hour on this live and nothing more. Okay. And we've done 30 minutes already. So, one, our minds are programmable. Okay. McKenna shows us how much of what we think and feel based on patterns. Okay. And the great news is that patterns can be changed. Nothing is fixed, set in stone. We can always move things around. We are always flexible. We can always adjust and readjust and readjust until we get to that particular pattern or life that we have, programmed for ourselves. Okay. Another key takeaway is that confidence isn't natural. Like I said, it is built. It's a skill that you can learn, you can practice through guided exercises in this book. You're going to learn how to instantly shift into a confident state when you need it the most. Okay. And on resilience, it's about flexibility and not toughness. Life will knock all of us down, but resilience is about adapting, learning, and coming back stronger. So he gives practical tools for handling setbacks and reducing stress. Okay, we don't want stress. Next one will be on motivation. Motivation is an energy that you can generate. I really didn't know that it's something that we can consistently, you know, seek for. We find motivation everywhere and anywhere. You could be listening to music and you get motivated there. You could be reading a motivational post and you pick yourself up from there. So it's instead of waiting for inspiration, it teaches strategies to create momentum on demand. Okay, so you need to think about small wins. That's what he focuses on here on motivation. If you want to motivate yourself, say you don't find any resource out there that is motivating you, but you need to motivate yourself, all he needs you to do is to think about small wins. You have to anchor positive states. Okay, so think about those times that you actually won, for every little win that you have celebrated and that you have achieved in your life. At that point where you are down, he needs you to think on those, like set your mind on things like that. And what we think about becomes who we are, or can bring us down and it can encourage us at the same time. Okay, so when we anchor positive states using our body language, it fuels our energy. Okay, and that will give us the motivation that we desperately seek. Okay, so, a standout feature, like I said in the beginning, while I said this book was a two-in-one, and I will highly recommend this because it comes with a free audiobook. Okay, we are busy adults. We are all busy. We're doing things. In fact, you need to know what I had to do before I came on live. There were several things that I needed to do, but I did them. And while I'm doing them, I am big on self-development. I'm big on feeding my mind. As much as we feed our bodies, I love to feed my mind. And because I know I have a lot of things hands on, audiobooks are things that I go by. I'll just have my earplugs in, and then I'm listening to live transformation resources and things. It could be teachings, it could be anything. Okay, so the audiobook that comes with this is makes it a perfect combination. You would read this and you would listen to the audio recordings. You listen to him helping you with lots of practices, things that he needs you to do, things that would help your mind, help your mental state at the time you're reading the book. Okay, and it's a perfect recommendation for anybody that is battling negativity or burnout. Okay. And it's like a reset button, I would say. It's perfect for anyone going through change, or you're pursuing goals, or simply want to feel more alive and in control. Okay. Yes. So positivity is not about thinking happy thoughts all the time. It's about training your mind to become more confident, resilient, and motivated so you can thrive in any situation you find yourself. It's a practical book. I really love it. It's powerful. As you read, you find yourself doing things, exercises that would allow everything that you're reading sink, and you get to understand. So there are physical things that he would want you to do while you are engaging with the book, and all of those body movements and body languages would help rewire your mind and bring you back into a space of calm and being in control of your thoughts. Okay, so my final thoughts on the book, like I said, is a practical, very powerful book, and it is something that if you read and engage in, you can apply right away. All right, if you ever felt like life is running you instead of you running life, and you want to take back life, and you want to take charge of life, this book is a reminder that you have the tools to take back control. Okay, so hi, Sophie. Thanks for joining. I hope you do stay and stick around. I'm wrapping up the live. Like I said, this is my first live on TikTok, and many more to come. Many more to come. I am a newbie to content creation. I'm just putting my foot forward, yeah. And I do have so many things to share. I have so much wisdom to give, and the only way to do that to as much people as I can reach would be through social media. I've shied away from this for the longest. In fact, the introverted part of me fought this live session so hard, but I'm thankful that the extroverted part of me won. Okay, and I'm here and I did it, and I'm going to do more and more and more and more. I'm not even sure I know how to record lives. I don't even know how to pin the title of this book on the live, so forgive me, but I'm going to learn as I go. It's a learning curve for me as well, and I'm really happy to share the books that I read, resources that I get, especially for entrepreneurs, founders, starters, dreamers, people that want to change their life, people that are not comfortable with the way they are. And that friend that you want to have around you that would charge you, to pursue your dreams. My friends, they say that a lot. I am always on them. Hi, Court. Thank you for joining. My name is Winnie. It's my first TikTok live. Thanks for the love as well. Thanks for liking. I do really appreciate it. This is my first live, like I said. I'm reviewing a book. Okay, I'll follow you after the live cuts. I'm reviewing this book. I have never done TikTok live before, but it's the first of many. I'm going to be doing more and more and more and more TikTok lives. Okay, yeah, I'm going to follow you after the live. So I said I don't know how to pin the topic on TikTok live. I don't know how to record. I don't even know if I was recording the live, but I'll just learn as I go, as I would continue to do this. So just before I deviated, yeah, thoughts, I was speaking on the fact that I'm that friend, yeah, who would push you to achieving the things that you want to achieve. I do it to my friends, to people around me, my loved ones. So this page is basically for entrepreneurs that have found themselves in certain deep parts and dark parts and are wanting to come back to limelight. They have lost businesses, they have founded something and it never maybe took off, and you had to go through, thank you courts for the hype, thank you. So they had to go through grief, they had to go through recovery. I'll speak more on that as time goes on, but I'm really glad, I'm really happy to be here. I'm happy to share. I'm going to keep on sharing as much wisdom that I get, as much resources that I get. I'm super hungry for knowledge. I'm super hungry for resources that will change my life. And as much as I get those tips and tricks, I'm going to share them. I will try my best to post. I'm a super busy person, but I would create time for what is most important, what gives me the most fulfillment, which is impacting the lives of my generation, of people that want to be impacted. Okay, so there's going to be so much. It was an awesome first time. Yeah, awesome first time, and I'm really glad to be here. Newbie content creator, yeah, but I'm going to do more. Yeah, so I've taken out that veil. Okay, I've taken out that veil, and this is what it is. I'll try my best to come live every week, once every week. It might not be reviewing a book. It might just be just random lives here and there, just to drop some encouragement, motivation for that person that is pushing. And the prayer, like I said, I'm Christian, so I'll always chip that in from in everything that I say. So the prayer is for every hustler, every starter, every dreamer, every founder to actually make it. Okay, we wouldn't hustle in vain. Oh, yeah, Christian as well, Courts. Good to know. So we wouldn't hustle in vain. We wouldn't do all of the things that we do in vain. My wish and prayer is that every hustler makes it eventually. Every legal hustler, I must add. Yeah. So every legal hustler that is praying to make it makes it. Okay. So I would come up as time permits, and I would share, because that's the only way I can I can speak. That's the only way I can speak. So it was a wonderful one. Yeah, 20 minutes to the end of the live. But I would just let me just ask if anybody wants to type in the comments. Feel free to type. If you could choose between these three core areas in the book: confidence, resilience, and motivation, which would make the biggest difference in your life right now if you improve on it? What area? Confidence, resilience, or motivation? Which do you think you need the most in your life right now? Confidence, courts. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm going to check out your page as well. I'll follow you, and I believe if you go on with reading the book, you would get the confidence that you need. Confidence is not built. Sorry, it's not. We're not born confident. Nobody's born confident. So the book teaches us on how we have to learn confidence, even from people that we look up to. We just have to learn confidence, and with that, I believe that we'll build that confidence that we need. Okay, I'm rooting for you, Court, and I know that you do that. Do you go live as well? If you do go live, and when I follow your page, I would also try my best to engage. Like I said at the beginning of the live, I stumble on lives, especially lives that relate to me, that I get gems from, that impacts me. I just join, I engage, and that's what I do on TikTok, basically. Okay, you don't go live. Okay, that's fine. Okay, but when you do it, okay. Like I said, I'll keep an eye on your page. Let me see if I'm able to see what you do. I'll follow, and if it's something I can, be a part of, why not? Why not? Yeah, so that's just what I have for today. I'll do a post just to summarize the things that I've said today, for whoever it is that wasn't able to come on live. I don't have any followers yet. I've never wanted to do the content creating thing, but now we're doing it. Okay, we're doing the creation thing, and we're going to get those followers. Because as much people as I can reach out to, and as much people as I can impact their life, gives me joy. I'm a corporate I'm a corporatepreneur. I call myself a corporatepreneur, yeah. So I have a 9 to 5. Mm-hmm. And I also run a business. Okay. So what that means is that there are this gives me fulfillment. My job gives me money. My job pays my bill, but this gives me fulfillment. This makes me feel that I'm giving back. This makes me feel that I'm doing things that would impact people's lives. I am extremely passionate about entrepreneurs, both African entrepreneurs and every other entrepreneur out there. I am passionate about entrepreneurs. I know what it is. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 6 years old. Yeah, I'm going to say what's a great story time about that one. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 6 years old, and I have gone through all of the waters. I've gone through it. It's been smooth at some point. It's been treacherous at some point. So I'm really passionate because I have lived that life. I'm still living that life. I have businesses as much as I work. So I really want to give back to entrepreneurs, support them as much as I can, be their friend, be their big sister, be their coach, be whatever it is that they want me to be. And like I said, and I'll say it again, for every legitimate hustler, for every legitimate founder, starter, dreamer out there, I pray honestly that we win. We get to win in the end. We will win or we'll win. It's one of the two. We'll win or we'll win. So that's what it is. Hi, Farah. I'm done with my live. It's my first TikTok live, like I said, and I am pretty excited. Where do I live? I'm in England. I'm in England. I'm in West Yorkshire. That's where I am. Whereabouts are you? Are you local or where are you? So yeah, so that's just it for me. And like I said, okay, you live in London. Oh, nice. So like I said, my job pays the bill. But this gives me so much fulfillment. I've been doing this for free all my life. I can continue to do it as much as I can for free if possible. However, I would want it to replace my paid employment. Okay. So like I said, I'll continue to come on. I'll continue to come on live. You're gonna keep seeing this face. Hmm. Look at the face very well. Everybody, let me pack my hair. Look at the face, my wig. You're gonna keep seeing this face. I'm going nowhere. Except TikTok decides to pack up. I should have gone on Instagram live as well. I'll have to apologize to the people on Instagram. My laptop, for some reason, wouldn't connect to TikTok for me to do live. So I can do live on Instagram with my phone. So I had to just choose TikTok. And if I'm able to get a recorded version of this, I'll just put it on Instagram for the Instagram folks. You have Instagram as well. Okay. Okay. Well, okay. I'll follow you as well. I am Winner Freak. I'm Winner Freak on Instagram. Just what it is here on here. Just search with that and you will find me and I'll follow back as well. Is your name on Instagram Cots? Is it Cots as well? So I would know. Is your name on Instagram Cots? Okay. Arch Arch 1E881. Okay, I'll look out for that. I'll look out for that. So yeah, I'll follow right back. And Courts, I really wish you the very best in finding the confidence that you need to win because you need to win. We're not going to let any shyness, any timidity, whatever. We're not going to let it, put us down. Thank you. I will. So I will too. So yeah, this is me wrapping up the live. If you leave me, I'll talk for 2 to 3 hours, as long as it has to do with impact, as long as it has to do with boosting confidence, self-development, I can talk for the entire day. Okay, but I'll need to wrap up and allow everybody go. There will be time for more lives, like I said, and we'll get to engage. And hopefully I'll get those followers that I need that will be giving me a lot of likes. Thank you so much, Kot. I appreciate what you've done. You engaged the most on my first live. I would not forget it. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me for sticking around. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Have a lovely evening. I would end the live now and see you when I